Don't lie to me! I don't want to hurt you. You're a civilian. But I will if you don't give me a choice.
If you didn't want to hurt anyone, you should have stayed home tonight.
Oh, look! Sarif's attack dog! You're here to clean up before the police bust in?
He thinks we're breaking the law.
Shut up! All you body polluters break laws. You're all the same.
You're gonna have a hard time convincing people you're any different once they hear you had an AUG on your team.
What?
I found your attack dog in the factoring labs, trying to cut through security with his implanted hackware.
Nice try, Cholo. But I would never let one of you freaks on my crew. Back off, Hunter! I got business to take care of, understand? If what you say is true, and I'm not saying it is here, but I gotta check things out. So me and la vieja, we're leaving.
Nice little cutscene there with Zeke Sanders. Of course, he's got himself a hostage, Mrs. Thorpe, the manager, and we need to negotiate for her freedom above anything. So we can either fight Zeke like this and lose our pacifist rank, or we can taser him and he gets arrested and questioning.
Adam, what's happening? What's your situation? Adam!
Sanders is dead, but he didn't know about the AUG or the typhoon. Somebody else set this up.
Damn it. Okay, I want you back here now. The admin building has a rooftop terrace. Meet for Rita on it.
Copy. Jensen out.
So of course we lose our pacifist rank like that, but we also lose one of our leads. If we help Zeke out, then he helps us in return.
You know I can't let you go with her.
Stand down, Hanser! I told you, stand down or this bitch is dead!
Bullshit. You're bigger than that. You don't kill civilians.
Damn right! I'm a decorated vet, and I won't be jerked around. I need to find out who's behind this, and right now the boss lady's my only ticket out of here.
Listen to me. Whatever's going on, it's big. You've got a better chance of getting to the bottom of it if you work with me, but I can't do a thing until you let her go.
Are you stupid? I don't work with AUGs. God, you must think I'm some kind of moron. And who can blame you? Because it's exactly what it must look like to everyone right now. Trapped in here by the cops, and my only option is to take a hostage. How screwed up is that?
So Zeke knows kind of how screwed up things are right now with what he's doing, so we want to empathise with him, really get on his side and make sure that he knows we're not going to try harming him or anyone in that way. We have just as much concern for civilians as he does.
You're doing better than you think. You're still standing, and that's more than the hacker was expecting. You said you're a vet, so I know you've got the balls to handle this. You don't need the civilian to get you out of here.
You got a good point there. But still, there's no way I could put my trust in you. You're on the same side as the cops. They got me completely surrounded and there's nothing I can do. I'm all alone in here.
So Zeke thinks we're against him, but we really want to just be more reasonable and make sure he knows that we're on his side and we're not working exactly for the corporations, putting them ahead. We want to ensure civilians are okay. And also we want to get to the bottom of this as well as he does.
Holding a civilian doesn't get you respect. It barely gets you noticed. The hostage is my only priority, and that goes double for the cops out there. Trust me, nobody gives a damn about some coward who hides behind a skirt.
Do you want me to shoot her?
So the recording fucked up here and it couldn't really rejuvenate it, so you missed about 5 seconds of
Everybody
footage.
and anybody who helped them and laugh while I ripped their fucking heads off. And there ain't nothing you or anybody else in this world can do to stop me.
So this is our last chance to get the civilian to go, and luckily it's very easy at this point.
Listen, the hacker's plan was for you to die. He knew there would be civilians here tonight. He thought of everything. He used your brother because he knew you would trust him. That's how well he knows you. He expected you to take a hostage, just like he knew the cops would kill you for it.
You're right. Damn! You know, he even asked me once about hostages. I told him I would if I had to. I thought I had to here, but I can't afford to, can I? Go on, get out of here. You're free to go. I did what you wanted, so let me go. I got Blade here too, I say.
I've got as much interest in finding out who's really behind this as you do, Cabron.
Yeah, well, maybe I'll owe you one. But I promise you this. Someone's gonna pay. Maybe he's over there.
Adam! Adam, what's happening? What's your situation? Adam!
Sanders is gone, boss. But I'm pretty sure he's just a dupe. Somebody else set this up.
Damn it. Okay, I want you back here now. The admin building has a rooftop terrace. Meet Farida on it.
Copy. Jensen out.
So now we've got Zeke on our side, so he's going to make things up to us by letting him go, and he's another lead for us. He's going to give us some stuff later on, of course. But now he's free, we've gone against the hacker's intentions, and we sort of got the upper hand against him now, which is a good way to play against him. It really keeps us ahead of the game. Of course, that's not crucial to the narrative, because we still know that someone else is behind this, so let's just talk to Mrs. Thorpe here to...
I'm fine. I'm fine. Just a little shaken up, but... What about the other hostages? My husband was with them in one of the assembly labs, and I overheard talk about a bomb.
Don't worry, they're safe.
Oh, thank God. When those men surprised us. Mr. Jensen, they should not have been able to get in. With the typhoon being moved in and all, I double-checked the protocols myself.
Yeah, I expect Pritchard's doing the same thing right now. Stay here. DPD will want to question you. But you and your husband should be reunited soon.
Thank you, Mr. Jensen. You're a hero.
It's a nice little thing there. We want to befriend the civilians and really make sure that they're alright. We just talked to her husband, who we saved from the gas bomb earlier on. And doing so will in turn reunite them, but will also benefit us in the long run, because Mr. Thorpe, who we're about to talk to now, will make things up to us.
But my wife, she's still in there. I need to know that she's okay.
You'll have to wait until the building is secure. Now back up and let the SWAT team do their job, please.
My wife, is she all right?
She's fine. A little shaken up, though. SWAT will need to debrief her, but you'll see her soon.
I don't know what to say. I think I've given up on her. You're a true hero, man. I'll find some way to repay this, I swear.
There's no need for that. I was just doing my job.
Don't be modest. I didn't recognize you before, but I know who you are, Mr. Jensen. And I know you weren't supposed to be back at work yet. Thank God you are. I'll be in touch. Count on it.
So there, he's glad that we've saved his wife, of course. Let's do a little victory lap around the helipad before returning to Malik.
You made a lot of people happy tonight, Jensen. And not just the men in suits.
It's what they pay me for.
No. They pay you to put corporate interests ahead of people. You found a way to satisfy everyone. Guess Dr. Reed was telling the truth about you.
Megan? What are you talking about, Malik?
Before you were hired, she said the papers were lying about Mexican Town. That you weren't fired from the force. You quit when you realized Protect and Serve had become Protect and Serve the corporate interest. Nice to see she was right. You ready to go?
Yeah, get me out of here, Malik.
Your wish is my command. Climb in. New orders just in, Jensen. The boss wants Pritchard to examine the typhoon ASAP.
Copy that. Thanks for the lift.
No problem. Hey, and Jensen, I just wanted to say, new look suits you. Like you haven't missed a beat at all.
Thanks.
So, how's it feel? Being augmented?
Excuse me?
Don't take it the wrong way. I mean, I've got a few neuro enhancements myself. Discreet ones to help me fly better. But I chose to get them implanted. You didn't. Now that you had a chance to try them out, what do you think?
So here are more of the RPG elements within Deus Ex. They're basically allowing you to play Adam Jensen how you want to, based on your ethics and your own metaphysical opinions.
You're right. I didn't choose to get augmented. And I still don't know if I would have if given the choice. But today felt good. Surprisingly good.
Dr. Reed said you'd take to them. Said it was in your genes. Just be careful, okay? A lot of people think there's a reason the human body rejects this technology over time.
I didn't peg you for the type who gets caught up in metaphysical debates, Malik.
I'm not. I told you myself, I've got neuro enhancements. I'm just saying the choices we do get to make inevitably have consequences.
Yeah. Tell that to the bastard who did this to me.
I hear you. And you know what? You're not the only person in this place who wants to find him. So if I can help in any way, all you gotta do is ask.
So this is part of the reason why I love Malik, is that she just puts herself forward and helps you. We do some stuff for her later on. It really shows what she's like.
Actually, there is something. I want to know about the first attack.
Fine. Ask away.
You were there that night. What do you remember about it?
That it was chaos. First, everybody figured there'd been some kind of accident, but Pritchard couldn't get a good visual and communications were haywire. Then we heard the explosions. By the time anyone knew what had hit us...
They were gone.
Whoever they were good, Jensen. Special training good.
Did anyone else see them? The men who attacked?
Not well enough to get a description. Pritchard got some fuzzy images off one of the Intellicams, but his tapes were all confiscated by Homeland Security.
Homeland? I heard Homicide passed it over to Special Investigations. Detroit Special Investigations.
They did, for the first month. After that, all I really know is the case is still pending, and Mr. Sarif is not pleased.
I've been thinking about why they attacked. What they were really after.
Isn't it obvious? They didn't want us going to Washington.
No, that was just timing. Hearings can be rescheduled. Somebody else can present Megan's findings.
I don't think so, Jensen. They took out her whole team. Declan Faraday, Vasily Savchenko, Nia Colvin, even Eric Koss. The labs their bodies were found in.
We're burned to a crisp. I know.
The only reason you weren't caught in the fire was because that retaining wall came down. Saved your life, believe it or not.
So the whole attack was just to destroy Megan's research.
Sure looks that way. Mr. Sarif is hoping to reconstruct it, but it may take months. If he can keep us solvent that long.
I'm gonna find him, Malik. One way or another.
I believe you. And just so you know, when you do, I've got your back.
I appreciate that, Malik, but right now...
You've got to get the Typhoon into the tech lab, right. See you later, then. Oh, and Jensen, the boss wants a face-to-face debrief in his office once it's secure.
Roger that. Good night, Malik.
So here we could just explore around and find some stuff out for a side quest, which I will be doing, but I've cut out for now. There's some nice little credits lying around and a nice little cranny underneath the helipad, but we're just going to go over and talk to Pritchard now. And in that previous conversation we also got some insight into maybe why there was attack. If you remember, in the prologue there was an ebook about Patient X who was resistant to augmentations and bonded with the electronics. So maybe that's why they attacked. Someone didn't want that research to be made public, and possibly it was an anti-augmentation protest attack.
Well, if it isn't Mahatma Gandhi himself, come to honor us all with his life-preserving presence. If this is about the Typhoon, I'll get to it in a minute.
Now, Pritchard. I didn't risk my neck to have you lose it in a pile of CPUs and scuzzy adapters.
Well, look at you, using the big words.
Don't think just because you hacked through the plant security system so fast that you're an expert on everything computer.
There's a reason I can't examine the Typhoon yet.
Do tell.
For your information, I am running a diagnostic sweep on our network and router security to find out how Sanders' hacker got a hold of our codes.
I'd have thought the first question to ask is, whose codes were they? Unless you already know.
Stick to kicking down doors and shooting people, Jensen, and stop trying to do my job. I guarantee you we'll get along better that way.
What I love there is the dynamics between Adam Jensen and Pritchard right there, and...
Don't you have somewhere to be, Jensen? I'm sure Sarif is expecting your report.
And with there, he kind of patronised us, calling us Mahatma Gandhi, because we sort of did ghost pacifism. So if we kill people, he actually berates us for that and kind of penalises us for that. But it's not crucial to the story, but it's still a nice little touch about the branching conversation and how things can change depending on how you play it.
I'm telling you, Hugh, he might not have put the gun in Sanders' hand, but it was Taggart's speech to the UN that started all this.
William Taggart is nothing if not a shrewd political operator. You know that, David.
So for the sake of appearances, I have to look him in the eye and let him bullshit me?
With a smile. Always with a smile. We'll talk later.
You wanted to see me?
Yeah, how you feeling?
I've had better days.
Well, when we're done here, check him with Dr. Markovic at the limb clinic downtown. Get her to get a checkup.
If you insist. Listen, about Sanders?
Yeah, about Sanders. What the hell were you thinking? Letting him slip away like that? I sent you in there to take care of things.
So there we just met Hugh Darrow, who is the pioneer in human augmentation, and we just now have to debrief with the boss and basically convince him why we let Sanders go.
You asked me to deal with the situation, and that's what I did.
I see. I'm also starting to see why your superiors in the police force decided to blame you for the Mexican town riots. Christ, Adam. I thought you were ready for this.
I am. Today's attack was just a shell game being run by somebody else. I intend to find out who and why, so that it never happens to anybody again.
Good, 'cause so do I. That hacker in Sanders' group, you're sure he was augmented?
I pulled his cables out myself.
Yeah, well, the police are saying he's not, and they're refusing to let me see the body, no matter how much money I threaten to pull from their retirement fund.
So here we can see that the police are now corrupt, and something's up in Detroit, so we're going to have to go in behind the scenes and find out for ourselves.
Maybe someone else is offering more. So what do you want me to do, boss?
We have to get a look at the corpse. You still got friends on the force. You think one of them will let you into the morgue?
Depends who I run into.
Get over to the station and find a way inside. Because if that hacker was augmented, his neural hub might tell us who he was. Contact me when you've gotten a hold of it.
It doesn't really matter what you pick here, you still end up with the same mission, the same scenario. It just adds to a bit more character development.
Boss, what you're asking me to do, it's not exactly legal.
No, it isn't. You got a problem with that?
Nope.
Just figured I'd point it out.
Oh, thanks. And believe me, if I had another option, we'd be taking it. But these past 6 months, seems like all the influence I built up in this city just dried up and blew away.
Well, you were able to keep SWAT from infiltrating the plant until I got the typhoon.
Just barely. And now someone else is pulling strings to keep us in the dark? We need that neural hub, son. It's key to finding out who's behind these attacks.
And taking out the men who did it. I'm on it.
So yeah, maybe the same people that attacked are behind this whole thing and are basically keeping us in the dark to keep us out of the conspiracy. But that has going to have to wait for when we cover the next episodes. That's it for the first mission of Milwaukee, and we'll carry on next time when we enter the Detroit hub area.